just like to say about this whole Taraji, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself.
Just like to say about this whole tear. I heard I was trending yesterday. Ooh, because people are saying that I was not supporting Taji will tell you herself. The huge storm that brooded between Taraji P. Henson and Oprah Winfrey is getting more intense just when we thought the drama was. Calming down reports have come out about Oprah blaming Taji for a massive $100 million in the box office for The Color Purple. Let's go back a bit. Taraji, known for always speaking her mind, stirred things up about a month ago when she called out Oprah for not paying her enough, sparking a conversation about unequal pay in the industry. But it didn't stop there. On top of that, there were issues on set, awkward body language, and even a viral TikTok video that added fuel to the fire. In case you have missed out on these updates, stay tuned as we break down the explosive Oprah vs. Taraji showdown, revealing the true cost of a $100 million DAS. Let's get into it, because in Hollywood, it's all about the money. The Color Purple had a great start, making over $18 million. On its first day, it seemed like the movie was going to be a big hit. But as time went on, things started to go down here. The film had a huge budget of $140 million, which made it a tough battle. But here's where it gets tricky. Instead of climbing towards success, the movie started to fall and didn't come close to making back its expensive budget. Reports say that even though it had a strong start, The Color Purple struggled to make enough money to cover its production costs. It has only earned $58 million since it came out, which is way less than what was expected. Now, who's to blame for this? Well, Oprah Winfrey is pointing fingers at Taraji P. Henson and saying that it's all her fault. She thinks that her speaking out about unequal pay and being unhappy with her initial salary offer caused a lot of problem. It became a PR nightmare and turned people off from going to see the movie. It not only affected the movie's performance, but also damaged the reputations of everyone involved. The blame game is getting worse as the studio and executives try to find someone to blame, and they're pointing at Taraji. Oprah also claims that Taraji ruined what could have been a huge success. But let's go back a bit and see how this trauma started. I want to know, when you were cast, tell me about that journey and experience. Well, I was like, why are we doing Color Purple again? That's just dumb. About a month ago, Taraji P. Henson dropped a bombshell that shook Hollywood. In a series of honest interviews, she called out Oprah Winfrey for not paying her enough in their work on The Color Purple. This revelation didn't just give us a glimpse behind the scenes, it completely changed the conversation about unequal pay in the industry. Taji, known for her fearless attitude, didn't hold back. She revealed that despite her significant contributions to the film industry, her salary had stayed the same since Proud Mary, a movie that came out 6 years ago. The shocking part was that she turned down an initial offer for The Color Purple because she found it not only low, but also disrespectful. In her own words, she said, "As a Black woman, we work so hard and get paid half of what we deserve. And that's tough." Taji's stance had a big impact. With beyond just her own situation, her fight for equal pay became a rallying cry, exposing the inequalities in the industry and shedding light on the challenges faced by Black actresses. But how did this affect the public's view of The Color Purple? Well, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, Taraji's bravery and speaking out resonated with many people, bringing attention to the issue of unequal pay. However, on the other hand, the controversy around her salary became intertwined with the movie story, taking away from its artistic merits and diverting attention from the actual film. So it's clear that Taraji's fight for fair pay became a major factor in the film's struggle at the box office. But the drama wasn't just about money and box office numbers. It also affected the actual sets of The Color Purple. Taji Henson exposed the not-so-glamour side of Hollywood, revealing a series of challenges on set that only added to the already intense saga. Now Taji and her co-stars were given rental cars to drive themselves to and from the set every day. It may not sound like a big deal, but when you consider the long hours actors work driving long distances while exhausted and without security becomes a major ISS. Taraji says, "I can't drive myself to set in at and forcing the cast to share the same vanity." So let's dig into what happened after The Color Purples came out, the moment of truth for the movie, and the big shots who put a ton of money into it. So whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem, there was a problem with the cars or a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right. And I believe that she would even vouch for that. Despite Oprah's smart moves, the movie didn't do so hot at the box office. It started off strong, but couldn't keep up the momentum and didn't meet the crazy high expectations set by its massive budget. They poured over $100 million into making the movie and another $40 million into promoting it, so it was an uphill battle from the start. The sad truth is that The Color Purple only made a measly $58 million. Since it came out, that's a far cry from the initial optimism, and the financial losses are seriously mind-boggling. So how did the studio react to this financial disaster? Warner Brothers, the stud behind the movie, wasn't too happy about it. They blamed Taraji Henson for messing up the promotional efforts and even thought about blacklisting her in Hollywood. Your reputation is everything, so being blacklisted is a big deal. The studio's reaction shows just how high stakes the entertainment industry is and how one controversy can ruin a performer's future. But here's where things get even messier. Someone spilled the beans to Media Takeout and said that the reported box office numbers don't add up. The studio claimed the movie made $18 million on its first day, but official reports on IMDb say it was only $111 million. And as if that wasn't bad enough, this source also pointed out that the studio didn't even get to keep all the money the movie made. Out of the $58 million, only about half went to the studio with the theaters taking the rest. This means Warner Brothers probably took a big hit and lost a lot of their investment. Looking at the aftermath, it's clear that The Color Purple had not only artistic problems, but also financial troubles. The studio's reaction makes us wonder more about this crazy situation. So let's talk about the ripple effects on a bigger scale. Now, Oprah Winfrey and her production company Harpo Film Studios. The Color Purple was a big deal for Oprah. It was supposed to be her big comeback after her previous movies didn't do so well. Everyone had high hopes for the movie to be a game changer for Harpo Film Studios. Oprah wanted to show that her studio was a major player in the industry, but unfortunately, the movie didn't do well at all. It's not just a financial loss, it's also a huge embarrassment for Haru Film Studios. But what do you guys think about this whole drama? Do you think Taraji's fight for equal pay caused the movie to fail, or were there other factors at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.